The West Philadelphia real estate market continues to be hot. Stay tuned to get the scoop of all the stats from November year-to-date 2020. Hello, I'm Veronica Woods. Now, if you want to use real estate to preserve and build wealth, you'll want to go ahead and hit the subscribe button for this Real Estate Wisdom channel, as well as hit the notification bell so that you'll be first to know when the next video is published. In this video, I will cover the key trends of the real estate market in the West Philadelphia market. By West Philadelphia market, I'm defining the 5 zip codes that make up the neighborhoods such as Cobbs Creek, Winfield, University City, and Overbrook. All the stats come from the MLS, so we're going to be focusing on the sales that happen on the market versus off-market sales. So let's jump right into the stats for West Philadelphia, November year-to-date 2020. So if you look across the 5 zip codes that make up West Philadelphia, overall the pricing has been strong from a 10 to 28% price increase year over year, which is consistent with overall Philadelphia that saw a plus 12% increase in pricing year over year. Now, the story also is the tight inventory and the continued seller's market. So overall, the sales volume has actually been down 5% across Philadelphia. And that's really a large driver of the price, the strong pricing that you see in the market. It's a lot of demand for buyers. And if you wanted to buy, they have been pushing the prices up. And that's really why we see this kind of price appreciation, which has pretty much been consistent for the last few years in the Philadelphia market. Now, most of the sales happened in 19143, 457 sales for this period. They actually have the zip code shown in the order of sales volume. So 19143 had the most sales, and 19104 actually had the lowest amount of sales within West Philadelphia. Now, it's also represented in the inventory of homes. So there's more properties, single family homes within 1943. So it makes sense that it has a higher sales volume. And you can see the median sales prices with those relative zip codes. So although 19104 has the lowest amount of sales within the zip code, they also have the highest median price of $217,000. Now, if I drill a little bit more into 19143, because I mentioned that's where most of the sales were in West Philadelphia. So the $165,000 median sale price, let's pull back the onion a little bit on that. So that $165,000 median sales price actually represented a pretty wide range. So there were sales from $10,000 to $840,000 during that period. And if you look at the clusters of sales prices, there were roughly 35% of the sales that were over $200,000, and only about 5% of the sales were under $50,000. I get a lot of calls from investors looking for homes under $50,000, and in the last year, they were pretty hard to come by just because of the pace of the market and, like I said, the tight inventory. The other thing that kind of is a driver to that is the days on market. And so that is how quickly a house has gotten under contract. So if you look at from January to November, the average days on market was 45 days, which is pretty consistent with the overall Philadelphia region. But in November, the days on market, and again, I'm talking 19143, was only 20 days. So that means that something that the market just was going a little quicker in November. So that means bidding wars. That means anything decent that was on the market, especially that didn't need a lot of work, was going quickly. And that's evident by the stat on the left about the 181 sales actually got under contract within the first 14 days. So that means as a seller, if your house wasn't moving in the first 2 weeks, probably need to adjust the price because the market is responding. Now, in this video, I covered mostly about sales trends and price appreciation. If you want to learn more about what it's like being a landlord in the Pennsylvania area today, you'll want to check out the video that is appearing on the screen now. Thanks again for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat area.